The hug, the kiss, even that firm handshake. When dealing with other people, we know the signs of affection, and we can feel the outpouring of love. When it comes to being on the receiving end of love and general positive affirmation, humans are pretty good at picking up those cues. If your crush kisses you on the cheek, you could be a bit shocked. You could wonder what that means in the big picture, but you certainly won't confuse that physical contact for something negative. Cats, on the other hand, that tight squeeze, those hugs, those cuddle sessions, what they mean to you, and the honest message that you are attempting to send to your cat, well, unfortunately, it could all be lost in translation. Your cats and cuddles, and do they really feel the love that you intend? Interesting topic, and I've got you covered. Stay tuned. Routine and personality. When it comes to this topic and ones that are quite similar, that's really what it boils down to. If you've been cuddling and hugging your feline since they were mere months old, or even weeks old, and you still do this on the regular, then there's a good chance that your pet is not only more than okay with this type of physical contact, there's a good chance that your pet fully understands the intention, the overall message, and probably wants you to do it. They'll make it a point to seek out this form of interaction, this type of affection, and that's the routine part of this whole equation. As for personality outside of the routine, if a routine just doesn't exist, well, it can be feast or famine. Some cats just don't mind being picked up and carried about, held tight and cuddled and hugged, what have you. They're either just okay with it, like, hey, I'll let you do it, or they really enjoy it. And hey, as the topic says, they do, in that case, feel the love. However, on the flip side, some cats, not only do they fail to understand your intentions and what you're really trying to do, they want no part of this type of contact. Even the sweetest of cats can be rather leery of those hardcore cuddles, let's call it. What is a hug? If you were to take out the emotional connection of it all, if you remove the true intent and just look at things from the physical, well, a hug, if only for a moment, is a physical restriction, a restraint. Has someone ever hugged you and you really didn't hug them back? Your arms just down by your side. It's almost like you're being reprimanded. It's a bit awkward and strange. Well, if your cat doesn't quite understand the intent, all your cat will know is, hey, this person is holding me a bit too tight and I really can't have my way right now. My control has been taken away. And with this, some cats can become rather stressed, even a bit upset, sometimes to the point where a hug could be met with a claw swipe. You become a personal space invader, even though that wasn't your intention. So it can be a bit hit and miss, or hit or miss, and sometimes in some rather extreme ways. At the core level, most cats are not big fans of the cuddles, being hugged, being held tight. They get the squirmies. It's rather uncomfortable. If you were to pick up a cat and that cat didn't know you and you went in for that bear hug, my advice is don't do it. That's all I'm going to say. From our perspective, it could seem a bit harsh not to hug your pet, not to cuddle with your cat, but it's important to remember that we are just not wired the same way our feline friends are. So I spoke about routine. Hugging from kittenhood will give you, as a loving owner, a much better chance to give out the cuddles and a better chance to have your cat fully understand the affection aspect of this gesture. And I also talked about personality. It can be a coin flip. Mellow felines are more likely to be okay with the hugs and the cuddles. The Scottish Fold and the Rag Doll are just two breeds that usually will go for it. But what about everything else? Outside of the routine and outside of personality, are hugs a good thing? Is there a way for your cat to feel the love rather than the fear and the restriction? If you're going in for the cuddles, going in for the hugs, never ever make it a sneak attack. Always face your cat. Let them see you. Let them see what you're attempting to do. Start with some general petting, if nothing else, then to gauge interest, their interest. Listen up for that mighty purr machine. Make sure that your cat is in a loving mood. And if all lights are green, gently lift your cat and either pick them up as a full hug to carry them about or gently place them in your lap while you're seated in a chair or on the sofa. If your pet is giving you zero pushback, quite literally, then you're probably in good standing. Listen for those aforementioned purrs and be on the lookout for rubs. If your cat is content, you'll get a bit of a cuddle in return. Your cat will slowly press on you a bit. Of course, if your cat begins to struggle, to squirm, to hiss, or to swipe at you, gently place your cat back on the floor and abandon all intentions immediately. Just let it go. Never force the issue. Nothing good will ever come about by forcing a cat to cuddle or hug with you. That's a recipe for absolute disaster and probably lots of flying fur in the air. Do cats feel the love when you cuddle them? The honest answer is yes and no. Some cats will understand and love the physical contact, while other cats will just they won't and don't understand, and they'll just want you to keep your distance. As I often say, trust, growing that bond of trust, it can trump so many things. Your relationship with your cat can dictate so much with respect to your cat's tolerance level. Even if your cat is not the biggest fan of the cuddles, the biggest fan of the hugs, they'll probably tolerate it if that bond of trust has been established. Your pet, above all, will know that you mean them no harm, and that can take you a very long way as an owner. Not all cats will feel the love from a cuddle session, but they'll probably go for it and be okay with it if they trust you. And at the very least, they'll view those hugs and cuddles as safety. They'll view your embrace as security and protection. To the audience of Senior Cat Wellness, are cuddles a regular thing at your house with no issues? That purr machine on overdrive? Or has this type of relationship with your pet is it still very much a work in progress? Are you simply unable to hug your feline pal without conflict, without the squirms? Or, unfortunately worse, your stories and general commentary, perhaps some negative cuddle attempts, turned positive? Anything and everything, the comment section, it's all yours. And if you enjoyed this content, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd certainly love to have you, right there, you, as a member of the Senior Cat Wellness family. And until next time, thank you so very much for watching. Cuddle with Garfield if he'll allow it, and I'll talk to you later.